Oral arguments, as I mentioned in the case of Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health Organization, were heard by the United States Supreme Court this morning, ending shortly before noon after nearly 2 hours. The court's conservative justices seem poised to uphold the Mississippi abortion law at the heart of the case, but less clear was whether or not the court might completely overturn the infamous 1973 Roe versus Wade decision that legalized abortion on demand through all 9 months of pregnancy. Now, outside, pro-lifers gathered in front of the steps of the courthouse to give a voice for the voiceless. Joining me now from the courthouse steps is Mary Szoch, director of the Center for Human Dignity at the Family Research Council. Mary, welcome back to the program.
Thanks so much for having me, Tony.
So, Mary, give our listeners, our viewers, a sense of what took place earlier today as the oral arguments were underway.
As the oral arguments were underway, hundreds of pro-lifers and many pro-abortionists gathered outside the Supreme Court. On the pro-life side of the rally, there was a hopefulness in the air. There was so much joy. It was the moment that the pro-life movement has been waiting for 49 years, a chance for America to once again defend the unborn.
Now, we were there last year, or a little over a year ago, when the court was looking at Louisiana's law on abortion clinic regulations. Was the atmosphere more positive this time, with a sense of anticipation given the new justices that are now sitting on the court?
It certainly was. There was a palpable sense of hope, a feeling that this is the moment that America has been waiting for. This is the moment where we can finally be at the front of the world in defending the unborn, where people will finally once again have the opportunity to have a say in whether or not a baby in the womb should be killed. And this is an absolute atrocity that for 49 years in the United States, we have allowed unborn children to be brutally killed in the womb. And it's something that I think the pro-life movement felt today could come to an end.
Mary, one final question for you. As you saw sometimes we have those competing rallies there at the front of the Supreme Court. There were those advocating for abortion under the provisions of Roe. But is your sense that as that side kind of, is it diminishing? Is there a sense of deflation among those advocating for abortion on demand?
I think there certainly was. As you mentioned, Tony, we were here for the Louisiana case, and it seemed like the other side was much more energized at that point. Today, we saw a lot of wounded people, a lot of people who were here expressing their woundedness and unable to reconcile the fact that unborn children have been killed in their mother's wombs for 49 years. I think we'll continue to see a lot of pain from the pro-abortion movement, and sometimes that pain will be displayed through anger, as it was frequently today.
Mary Szoch, thanks so much for joining us, and thank you for being up there representing all of us at the Supreme Court today.
Thanks so much for having me, Tony.